as well, which is insane. I never see Mies, but these past few weeks, I've been seeing so many Mies. Why are they here all of a sudden?
It's a Mii infestation. I'm used to seeing the Brawler and the Gunner, but now we're seeing a very scary Mii sword fight here. Look at that attire.
Oh damn, he's ripped out for sure. I mean, this is a character you never see. Like, you can talk about, yeah, you sometimes see Mii Brawler, even Mii Gunner you sometimes see, but Mii Sword Fighter is just so rare to see in this meta, and most people don't consider Mii Sword Fighter very good either, so that probably has something to do with it, and not that intuitive or easy to play. So I'm definitely interested to see how this works. It works both ways though, so the other player will not have the matchup advantage, right?
Yeah. I doubt there are many people in the world who have played the Mii Sword Fighter versus Lucario matchup.
Oh yeah.
Especially with this specific loadout. I'm seeing Reflect, I'm seeing Tornado, I'm seeing I can't remember that, but it's very similar to Cloud's up B.
Yeah. Ooh. Very unusual moveset to choose as well, right? The Reflector definitely going to come in handy against Lucario for obvious reasons. You got that, what's it called? That Shadow Ball-esque projectile, right? Aura Sphere, yes.
I think Lumeon needs to be very careful of this Gale Strike. You can't afford to air dodge into it, because if Play4Glory plays their cards right, they will get a stock from it. Oh lordy lord, they are going out for blood. And the down smash can catch that recap. Very good stuff. A little straight to the head from Lumeon.
And that neutrally, that Tornado from Mii Sword Fighter has that set knockback, so it does not matter what percent your opponent is, it's always gonna confirm if you're just at that right space, right? So the counterplay is often just a shield. You can't really jump over that efficiently, at least not in a way that you still take stage and still stay aggressive. But you can react it very easily. It's not that fast, and it has a lot of end lag as well. So. Ooh, and the counter! Wow, gonna take that stock in a flashy way, I would say, and now evening it out 2 stocks at peace. Can he finally make something happen here?
It's hard when you're this low aura. You sort of have to take a few hits and sort of scrap. I think this Lucario is sort of not taking his time enough, as he's sort of scrapping and getting hit by a lot of these Gale Strikes. The jump is caught. Very good up air. This up air is very hard to get around. So much damage, so much kill power. So Lumeon has to be very careful here. And this is his time to play the game with a lot of aura at his disposal, a lot of rage. And you can see he is out for blood. So I don't think he's really aware of the tools that Play4Glory is presenting here. He does.
Yeah, and the juggling is so effective, right? Against a player like Lucario, who's so like floaty. You can definitely keep them in the air for so long, and that's something that's kind of underutilized or underrated from Mii Sword Fighter. That jungler is so good at catching those jumps, catching those, just juggling in general, and the backer as well. Gonna catch another jump.
Good stuff. Something I'm very wary of is that there's a few magic tricks that Play4Glory is presenting. These side beats, these quick draw-like maneuvers from the corner of catching Lumeon off guard a lot, and it's sort of starting to fall by the wayside for Lumeon here, as he's down by quite a bit. He's going to have to pull quite a sizable comeback here, especially with this kill pad that Mii Sword Fighter is really presenting. That was F-Smash, that was game 1. Oh, good angle, very good angle. This Gale Strike is causing a lot of problems for this Lucario here.
Alright, can he actually make the use of this Aura Sphere here? He's been just saving it up for so long and getting catch a lot in the air. Lucario likes to be in the air, of course, has that floatiness. Oh my god, Aura Sphere, he is going to take that stuff. Actually, might be a chance here, you know. Lucario is known for one thing and one thing only, and that is that aura. That comeback factor is going to be super scary.
Hold on. Yeah, these rage comebacks are what he's known for. Has to be very careful around the Gale Strike when recovering. He's doing some very good angles, but he's been caught by the Gale Strike. Not going to find the up air. Another extreme speed into the corner. Lumeon has to be very careful of this, but he's got a very good position here.
Yeah, Lumeon doesn't really seem scared of that tornado, but maybe he should be, because at that point he just barely gets caught by it. Once again, just shields it.
He's shooting his Gale Strikes, man.
Again, likes to jump around, wants to use that movement to just get around these jungles and stuff, but still getting caught up here.
That was so risky.
Alright.
He's looking for anything, like any reversal possible.
A little bit too little committal on these ledge traps, actually. Not being a little bit too scared, not trusting himself on the reads, on the callouts, and therefore just giving up the stage. Oh no, and the F smash gonna catch that. The side B the wrong way. That's gonna get punished, and the Sword Fighter taking game 1 against Lumeon.
Very dicey stuff at the end there. They were betting it all, I have to say. You saw at the very end, Play4Glory did 2 of those side Bs from the corner into center stage, trying to hit, because if it hits, it was center stage, can lead to a kill. Lumeon dropped the punish on what would have been a game-winning side B. He side B the wrong way, not expecting it to cross up. But since Play4Glory was still airborne, he was able to get through and find that game-winning F tilt. But that was very close.
And can you blame him for not knowing that would cross up, right? This is not a very utilized character with an underutilized move of the character. Something you never see on a character you never see, right? So who knows that crosses up? I challenge anyone watching. Do you know? Did you know? Did you expect that? I doubt anyone did, really. Especially in the heat of the moment. Hello, how many?
This is where players like Play4Glory thrive. In a super major where he's not playing people from his local scene, he may know the matchup a lot more, and you get to exploit any trick under the sun. I think he's playing quite well though. He's using the normals from his sword fighter very well as well.
At neutral air has just a lingering aerial to catch these jumps in, and just doing such a good job of just catching Lucario in the air in general, because like Lucario not the best like grounding character, right? So he needs those aerials to get his combo started, get his advantage started in general, and doing such a good job for Play4Glory and just catching him in there so
really is, and it means Lumeon has to be very careful of how he actually tries to find these openings. But sometimes, that's the DCD if you're in the UK. The DI in, it's true to DI way, it's not, but I don't think these sword fighter players ever care. They will fish for that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it kills early, and on a character that doesn't have the best kill confirms, you just the one you have, you're gonna fish for it. I don't blame them.
Exactly. Oh, that could be a huge punish, but because he crossed up, not able to find something decisive.
I mean, it's interesting to see this tornado just kind of stopping Lumeon from coming in at all. He's struggling to find answers to how to get through it. He's either shielding it and then dashing back again, or trying to wave bounce with a neutral B and get past it. Just either goes in it or shields and then dashes back. He's losing stage to it, a little bit too scared of it almost.
He could have done something more than drop with that tilt, but he'll take the 3 hits as long as he's not dying. Unfortunately, going to give up position there. And he's teleported into that Gale Strike, but still stays alive. Oh, dear me, they are playing with no regard for position here.
I did not expect that recovery to go through, I'm not gonna lie, but the spacing a little bit off on that side B right there from Lucario. So close to taking this stock for either player, but obviously, the fact from Lucario is like, if he doesn't take this stock first, that's so much worse for Lucario than if Lumeon does not take the stock first.
That Reflector is going to take that first stock. Lumeon's always been very dicey, he's very hesitant to pull the trigger because of that, especially got from that down B cape.
Yeah.
But the one time he did let it go, Play4Glory was ready, and this is a very tricky spot for Lumeon.
Yeah, you need to take the stock without any aura, or just get the aura on you and still be under percent. And the auras are not going to kill another fully charged right now, even at almost 200%. But they're actually getting it with a fully charged aura sphere. Nice stuff.
It's very tricky to get those kills at 23% as Lucario, so good stuff for Lumeon. Keeping himself in the game, not allowing it to sort of swivel out of control.
There we go, jumping over the neutral B and just kind of taking stage and pressuring him. He needs to be able to pressure when he sends out those neutral B. He can't just do it for free, right? And that's what we're seeing Lumeon doing right now. So
it is tricky for Lucario because he doesn't have the best options as a jump in. Like, the Nair is okay, but the hitbox isn't amazing.
Same with the forward, right? Hitbox not great, you can't get a lot of conversion off of it, but still not amazing.
He's starting to catch on to these side Bs from the corner. And if you're Play4Glory, you've got to start thinking, can I get away with this? He did it again, so I don't think he's concerned. That's the life and time of me sword fighting. He's trying to just go for it. Using these boxing tools quite well, these tricky forward airs, these up airs, down to it as well. It's really nice stuff, but there's no jump here.
I feel like we're seeing a lot of this non-committal ledge trapping, right? He's not really committing to anything, and therefore Play4Glory is just kind of getting off ledge for free, right? And that leads to a reversal that can turn the game completely around with this lead from Lumeon. Maybe it doesn't even matter when he's getting these advantages from Play4Glory, right? The advantage, especially on ledge, matters so much for Blood. He gets just so much more out of it, right? Play4Glory is just making those count much more.
This game of chicken with the Orthro is terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. He's not been able to find the side B command grab. No, not able to find that. But he finds the Aura Sphere to take that stock, and he's in the lead for one of the first times in this set. And Rage, for like high Aura Lucario is deadly for Abi.
Yeah, you gotta take this stock, right? This is so much more important. Like, most of the time you can think, okay, I can take my time, and still you need to think that here, but it's just so terrifying. One little slip up, and that's so much percent, but you do not slip up here, you get that back air, closing out the stock, making it so easy, right?
Play for here. And it feels a little tricky for Lumeon. He had his opportunity to really seize the game. and now he's back to sort of scrapping, no aura, no fun, if I'm being honest here. Now he has to make his way through these frustrating Gale Strikes.
Yeah, if I was Lumeon right here, I would just get hit. Like, it's so tricky to play Lucario with that, because of course Lumeon knows this character way better than I do, but at the same time, you gotta just get these openings, and if you get your openings and they do so little percent, it's gonna be rough.
This good play, and he's sort of adjusting how he's using Aura Sphere to get around the cape by going high, so and falling with Shadow Ball. But he's got to do a lot more. There is that wave bounce Aura Sphere again, as he said. But he's been opened up 43. That actually kind of helps him take that trade here.
But he's been doing such a good job of getting through those tornadoes, right? He struggled a lot with that earlier, but been doing a lot better right now, learning the matchup as we go, but then landing upper into 4. They're going to send him off stage. The F smash not going to catch him. Going back to center stage. This is going to be terrifying right now. No player in any particular advantageous position, but the neutral B almost catching him. Through, and the Aura Sphere! Not taking it, but so close right now, and he got him in a poor position. The up smash, a little bit too committal, but
scary for Lumeon. Finds the Aura Sphere into the up air, confirm. Very good stuff, very disciplined play, not throwing away the game. If you saw that Play4Glory was out for blood with that up smash out on the platform, just hoping that Lumeon would drift in after the up air platform pressure. Didn't bite. The drift away was crucial, because if that hits, that could be game on the top platform. Yeah. And finally, he's starting to hit these confirms that are so crucial. He's finding the Aura Sphere confirm, like the Aura Sphere charge confirms into up air, into back air. It's really nice stuff. And crucially, he's finally hitting these fourth bomb command grabs instead of just the hitbox. And when that move hits, it is disgustingly strong.
It really is. And it's seeming like Lumeon is kind of warming up a little, right? He was not hitting those confirms in the first game. The movement was a little bit off, right? Not really moving past neutral B or the tornado rather. Struggling a little bit there, here and there, just a little bit imprecise, right? But now he's looking a lot cleaner, especially in the latter half of that game. I think he did a great job of just moving around Me Gunner or Me Sword Fighter's tools, right? Just moving around. And instead of getting caught in there, he was just being a little bit better on spacing where he's with his positioning, right?
Absolutely, it's the difference the game makes. Game 1, he wasn't so confident, got clipped by a lot of Gale Strikes, but Game 2, he cleaned up his play a lot more. His movement was a lot more fluid, getting the right BRS and wave bounces to get in over the Gale and set up pressure. It's lovely stuff, and we saw a roll in. Side B, which nearly took the game before, and that's an option that now Play4Glory has to be very careful of. I think he's mixing up how he uses the Gale Strike, whether he's retreating or in place or advancing. He's doing that quite well, but he has to be very careful of how he uses it, because end of the day, it's a high commitment move. Yes. It can lead to his demise if he's not being very careful.
And that's kind of what I was getting at earlier, right? He was almost getting stage by sending out neutral B. That should not happen. But Lumeon was just so scared of it, he was shielding and then dashing back, right? Giving stage. Instead, now he's learned that, oh, this is slow, he can't really get anything of it. It's easy to jump over if I just position myself correctly. And now he's doing so much better. And I think that Play4Glory still didn't really show that many signs of slowing down his usage of the move. So I would really like to see him use a little bit less of that, or a little bit just safer, a little bit more in colas, more in advantage right on ledge. But it still remains to be seen, right?
In a best of 3 scenario, sometimes you don't need to adapt. You sort of just, even if they start playing around your tools and expect you to change, sometimes you can be belligerent and sort of just keep doing the same game plan, and it will work, because it's a high pressure situation. You're not necessarily confident in the punish. It's someone that you've never played against, never seen before. Sometimes it just works. Just keep doing what you're doing. But I think Lumeon is definitely a lot more confident, so warning bells should be sounding.
He's just so much more confident in general around those moves, right? And oh, but right there, though, getting caught by it. Still in the air, not getting caught by any juggles. The Aura Sphere into down there, gonna get a little bit of safe control, but still poor position for Play4Glory right here, getting caught by it once again, and maybe I spoke too soon. He's getting hit by these right now. First stock goes to Play4Glory, looking poised to move on in winner's bracket.
Yeah, if I'm Lumeon, I'm a bit frustrated, because that Gale Strike from the corner was incredibly risky, considering that Lumeon had full charge on the Aura Sphere. I wonder if he pulled the trigger, if he let it rip, he would take a trade, like, favorably, because he'll take the Gale Strike, but Play4Glory would die.
Yeah.
Oh, this is panic coming out from Lumeon. Air dodge is in, getting caught and eating a lot of damage. Maybe he needs to get this stock off. There we go. Yep, seen that. That aura spin hitting the ledge tag. That's a good thing to see. But he keeps getting hit by these Gale Strikes. He should start being a lot more careful. Start playing like game 2 and game 1.
It looks like sometimes, like earlier when he took that stock, it's kind of a deal of he's not going to send it out again, right? Out of the corner, he's not going to send it out, and then you commit instead of staying patient and waiting for it. And he's paying hard for it with that dash tag, taking that stock, an entire stock ahead for Play4Glory right now.
Very good adaptation for Play4Glory, not going for the up air, which wasn't guaranteed, waiting for the directional air dodge to the stage. And as a character like me, Sword Fighter, you have to commit hard to get that hit, get that dash tag to take the stock. This is a full stock up. I saw a little bit of frustration from Leon, but he has to keep his cool. Can't allow himself to get tilted by this character.
As floatiness of Lucario as well, right? Getting caught by that dash. Like if you air dodge, that's a high commitment. And Play4Glory being aware of that, debating it out. If we see more stuff like that, this might very well be set in stone right now. 77% though.
Taking the trade. That was such an unexpected quick draw that you just don't expect. It must be so frustrating for Leon. He's not able to just set up shop. Has to play around these Gale Strikes. And be careful with his aura for usage. You're seeing the down B usage coming out here as well. It's all looking a bit dicey for our Lucario friend.
Definitely is. Trading back and forth, and that's not what you want right now. If you're looking at the dash, like sending him off stage, can we get the ledge up? Going for the read there instead of just staying safe, but pressuring so much in the corner. Definitely sending a lot of fear into Lumeon right now, but a little bit fear right back there with a Aura Sphere taking that stock.
2 for 2 on the Aura Sphere on the ledge hang. Lumeon Play4Glory has to be very careful here. Max, like high aura. These side Bs are crazy, man. I've got to be honest. Oh, dearie me, this is a bit scary. High commitment moves from both sides. Has to make it back past the Gale Strike. Goes to center stage, gets popped up by the Gale Strike as well.
He's learned from his mistake, not air dodging this time, but the grab, F throw, still in such a terrifying position. Waiting it out. Nobody's giving up. Nobody's letting anything slip. But right there, letting go of shield. That F is going to close it out in the corner. And me, Sword Fighter, taking the win and moving on to winners round 3. Good stuff. Very good stuff from Play4Glory.
There was a bit of panic towards the end on both sides, but he held his nerve and came out on top. Very nice stuff. Moving on to winners round 3. Good stuff. He's gonna have a demon going by how brackets are going. So I'm excited to see how he fares against some of the other top competition here. Very good stuff. I'm not sure if we'll have to hop off at some point, because there's a lot of people who want to